And we've got Kim Kardashian's ass.
Yeah.
You want to do that one?
Kim K's ass?
Yeah.
What about her ass? Do I get to see it?
Yeah. Have you not seen this? This
I've seen all the
campaign.
memes, but I don't know what it's for, I don't know what it's behind, I've not seen it.
There it is, look.
Can you tell me?
Do you want me to put it on the big screen?
That's photoshopped.
I think it's surgery and shit.
No, it's too glistening and too shiny.
Oh, she's not oiled up.
It's photoshopped, it's brushed, it's airbrushed.
Do you not believe it?
Her ass is probably that big, but it's airbrushed, I think.
The thing is,
Prediction.
the difference between her arse and her waist
It is astronomical.
is astronomical, and like,
hello.
this is basically taking like, it's another version of the whole pre-packaged thing that we were talking about earlier. It's like, this is the idea of sex turned into this like huge exaggeration and just symbolised in like, oh, here's Kim Kardashian.
How did she get jeans?
She probably get some tailor-made. She's rich.
Oh yeah, how did she get jeans? Oh no, she
didn't have all that.
Yeah, she didn't have all that junk.
All that injected silicone or whatever.
Can't be good for you.
I don't know if that is what it is, but I would have guessed. There's a version where she's full frontal as well. Let me find that.
What's this for? Because I've seen people talking about Paper magazine.
This is, I can't really find out because so many people are reporting on this, like we are, that if you try to find out what it is, all you get is like articles from 4 hours ago saying, Kim Kardashian's ass is so big, let's take a look. Wow, look at that ass. Yeah. Stuff like that. It's like just people capitalising on it. But as far as I can tell, a magazine called Paper,
what a shit
which is a stupid name for a magazine.
What a shit name.
Has done this campaign called Break the Internet.
Yeah.
Where they...
Well, not worked.
No, it didn't work.
We're still using it.
But I think that basically the idea was, let's be as attention-seeking as possible and just celebrate
attention halls. So they just got her to get her ass out.
Yeah, they did various things, but one of them was Kim Kardashian getting her ass out.
What were the other things that they did?
I don't care.
Well, like
here she is fully naked. But the thing is, I think this is a bit of a publicity stunt for her because she's doing this whole thing like, oh, I'm bearing it all. Here I am. Here's my body. As if she wasn't fucked by Ray J on camera, and that is as if that isn't exactly why she's famous.
Yeah.
Like, you're famous because everyone watched you take a fucking dick. This
isn't
like
a dick as well, to be fair.
Yeah,
Ray J, hell of a dick.
This isn't like. This is all as if it's like this taboo is being broken, this boundary is being crossed. But the only reason she's famous is that she did fucking a sex tape.
But like I was saying earlier, that Bill Hicks bit about the perfect advert.
Yeah.
We're almost there at this point.
Yeah.
We're getting closer and closer and closer.
I mean, this isn't selling anything but A,
like selling herself,
and B, Kim Kardashian, yeah. So, I mean, this is like
paid for it.
Oh, loads, I would have thought. I have no idea, but
yeah,
probably probably too much. Probably a lot of people's salary. That's what I would guess.
What did she have to say about it?
She said, let me read the quote. I looked back at a clip of Keeping Up the Kardashians last season, and I was really heavily pregnant. I was about 8 months pregnant, and I looked at my sisters and said, you guys, when I feel like I have my body back, I'm doing a nude shoot. For me, I got the opportunity to work with the photographer Jean-Paul Goude. I was so honoured and excited to work with him, and for me, that was something I knew I wanted to do to make myself feel confident. As a role model, I'm not saying anyone else should do that, but for me, it was an art project, and it taught me to do what you want to do. That's fucking such bullshit.
But it was everywhere. It was all over the place.
So it's not an art project, is it? To say, no, I mean, people. If you ever go to like A-level art classes or university art classes or whatever, there are people who think that that's what art is just attention seeking. So you've always got the girl who's done a cast of her tits and like smeared fucking period blood all over it and just written the word society underneath it. Like, it's not art, is it? You just want attention, and that's basically what this is. I don't see anything artistic about this whatsoever.
No, it's not. It's just an excuse to look at someone's bum.
Yeah.
It's a crazy bum. It's big and impressive, but
yeah,
it's shit at the same time.
I mean, again, it's sort of impressive, but it's not. I don't find it sexually attractive. Because she's 34.
Yeah, she's old.
And B, because it looks like a drawing of an arse. Like, it doesn't look like an actual
like
girl's ass.
It looks like one of those cartoon ones.
Yeah, it's far too perfect. It's like fake tits. They don't really look
like real tits.
They remind you of tits. It's basically like holding up a piece of paper that says tits on it. Yeah. It's like this symbolises tits, but it isn't actually tits. This same thing with her. This symbolises sex and nudity and the female power of sexuality or whatever. But it isn't really that. It's really just fake and empty.
Exactly. It's fake and empty because there's no power to it. If you really want to go, I'm bare and all, I don't care about my body, you know, this is feminist issue, whatever.
Yeah.
Then the last person you would have doing it is her.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
her whole career is based on fuck
Ray J.
And then her career wouldn't be as big as it is if, you know, she didn't have a famous family.
Yeah.
A reasonably famous family. Like, her dad is a Olympian. Her mum's a somebody. Her sisters and her are now because of them. And she married fucking Kanye West.
Yeah.
One of the biggest musicians in the world. Like, it's all just a gimmick. It's just so gimmicky and tacky. It's really tacky.
Yeah. I just can't see that I can't imagine that she's enjoying herself. Because this definitely isn't what she wants. Like, she doesn't want to just be... Maybe she does, but I can't imagine that she gets a huge amount of joy over the idea that she's really rich. Because a lot of people are really rich and they're not happy about it. I mean, I can only imagine what she might have wanted to do when she was a kid. Maybe she wanted to be a dancer, or maybe she wanted to be an artist, or a photographer, or a singer.
You don't want to be known for fucking outdated hip-hop music.
Yeah.
And then a more famous hip-hop musician.
Yeah.
It's just not... It's not what you want. It's not what you want from your babies.
Yeah. It's not what you want from yourself either. I wouldn't want to do this.
I would want to be known for fucking female...
Hip-hop person.
Iggy.
Yeah.
I mean, I would, but I wouldn't want to be famous.
Clearly would, yeah.
I'll do it, but I wouldn't film it and release it on the internet.
I'd keep it a secret.
Vivid celeb.
Yeah.
I'll say I'll keep it a secret. I'll tell everybody I knew, but I wouldn't tell the press.
Yeah.
I wouldn't release it on the internet and go, oh, I didn't...
I wouldn't podcast about it.
No, well...
I'd podcast around.
Yeah, I'd wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
But it's become a whole genre of... Like, Paris Hilton was the first to do it.
Yeah.
And it's become a career move.
She proved that it was marketable.
An incredible career move, because people want to see it. Because people like to see celebs naked. We covered it with the whole fappening thing.
Yeah.
But it became a career move, and so many people are doing it now.
Yeah.
And they're still the two most famous people to do it. And a lot of tapes you see are like leaked or whatever. But like the girl from Teen Mum did it recently. Farrah Abraham, which was my favourite one. Because
I don't know her.
Yeah, no, I didn't know, but I watched it. So I'm a pervert. But she claimed to have had no idea. It's like, well, you didn't just meet James Dean in a bar and invite him round.
It's like a really well-known
and a professional camera crew. I mean, if you look at the Ray J and the Paris Hilton one, it's obviously just shot on like a Lumix D900. Whereas their ones, they've shot by a professional. It's like, I don't believe any of the amateur porn I really see is amateur porn.
No, yeah.
It's like when I first started watching Backroom Casting Couch, it's like, oh, that's he's just rented an office space.
Yeah, but it's clearly not.
He's got like 4 different cameras and set up, and I've seen her, she's got a porn name. She's a porn star.
Yeah. Her name doesn't have 3 X's in it. Jinx doesn't have 3 X's and a Y, that's not a real name.
It's ruined it for me.
Yeah. I mean, this whole Kim Kardashian thing, like this is all done with such pretense. Like, there's the pretense of it being A, which is flimsy as fuck. You can literally argue that by saying, no, it isn't, and there's no comeback. B, the pretense that this is somehow making a statement or breaking some sort of boundaries or something. If you wanted to make a feminist statement, you get a pasty, average-looking woman, tell her to not shave for like a month, and then take a picture of a spread eagle and put that on the cover. Yeah. That's the boundary that hasn't been broken yet. Not greased up, oily, beautiful women. Yeah. That's not like, what are you doing there? You're not showing vulnerability whatsoever.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I mean, the real breakthrough would be for Kim Kardashian to show some actual vulnerability and admit that maybe she wished that her career didn't start with sex.
Yeah, because she always sit-down interview with a magazine. Yeah, saying, I have my own fashion line. I know I come from a famous family. I've got my TV show. I married Kanye, and I know people are always judging for that, blah, blah, blah. But I'm talented, I'm doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Even if she's not talented, at least she's...
Well, she's bigging herself up a lot now that she's with Kanye. She's caught that bug.
Well, you have to.
Saying,
if you spend any time with him, you're just going to get that ego bug.
Yeah, she said
unbelievable.
She compared Keeping Up with the Kardashians to I Love Lucy recently. She was like, "Oh, we've done more episodes than Lucy now. Really, Lucille Ball, you're better than Lucille. What are you talking about?"
That's incredible.
But
at least he backs it up.
Well, he's insane, isn't he?
He's fucking fully mental and crazy, and he'll punch people out.
You would leave that situation if you weren't neurotic. If you were sane, if you had any spiritual connection to anything whatsoever, if you had any
step away
reasonable psychological mindset, you'd be like, well, this is unhealthy.
This is terrible. Yeah. But at least he can rap. He creates catchy music.
And produce. But...
What, she just fucks people.
Yeah, Kim Kardashian doesn't have a lot of talent. But she also... Oh, there was something I was going to say, but I can't remember what it was. Basically, this is stupid. Boo!
She's old as shit as well. She's like 35, 34. Been married like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Like, call it a day. Just go home.
Oh, I know what I was
sit down with your baby.
Yeah. Spend some time with Nori.
Why? I wouldn't want to see that ever. If that child's going to grow up and all the internet's going to say, "Oh, Kanye West was great. He won loads of awards."
Yeah.
But he also did loads of mental shit. He cut off Taylor Swift. He punched out, cameramen. Called himself God.
He's insane.
Yeah, he's insane. But at least he can sort of back
neurotic.
it up a little bit. But she just fucked people. Had a reality show where she sort of talked about fucking people and was like a pretentious, awful, cunty person.
Yeah.
And then got naked here and married Kanye West.
And she thinks she's talented. In the same interview that she compared herself to I Love Lucy. She also talked about how she's really indignant because she feels like she does so much work, and she said something like, "Oh, sometimes I do 8-hour days." Think of all the people who do 8-hour days every fucking day.
Sometimes I do an 8-hour day.
Yeah, like
that's unbelievable.
How out of touch with the reality are you? And also, she must have this embargo because I've never seen any interview with her where it starts off with, "So you were in a fuck tape."
Yeah.
So she obviously
has
some sort of agreement where like you're only allowed to interview me if you don't mention this, this, and this, and this. So the true breakthrough of vulnerability for her would be to talk about that and to address the thing that everyone is talking about.
Because if you just have a conversation where you know exactly what's happening, you can ask me these 10 questions in any order. Because I've got the answers on this sheet that I can just give you. Because I imagine her life is maybe 4 or 5 hours of just like promoting whatever she's doing, wherever she is.
Yeah.
And it's just the same
appearances.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll be here doing this. Oh, I've launched this new line and it contains this.
Yeah.
Take a few pictures, go home.
Yeah. Can you imagine what that would do to your psyche?
You'd be so miserable. Like, I'd lose it immediately. Like,
I'd be insane.
I think, to be fair, you almost have to be an egomaniac or neurotic or slightly unhinged to do that, because I'd just collapse immediately. I'd just be like, I can't have the same conversation 10 times for 4 hours.
We were talking about...
I'm going to get drunk, or I'll just do loads of blow or something. Yeah. Just to entertain myself.
Yeah.
Because my whole life, my whole career is, I just talk to this person who's just, oh my God, interviews. Oh Kim, thanks for giving me 10 minutes of your time. Oh, don't worry about it, you'll drink.
Purely to keep the ball rolling of fame and to hopefully get more famous. We were talking earlier about S Club. S Club 7. The British band. What would you call it? It's not a boy band because it's got girls in it.
It's like a pop. This is the pop band
group. I don't know. But they were around in like the early 2000s. S Club 7. There were 7 of them, and they're doing a reunion tour now. For a while they were S Club 3, and there was the S Club Juniors, which then became the S Club 8. And they, you were telling me how they now tour in like student unions.
They reunited, but only 4 of them, so only half of them bothered, and then one of them dropped
the spin-off.
out.
This is the spin-off.
And then one of them dropped out, so they became S Club Juniors 3, I suppose.
I mean,
it's just sad, isn't it?
It's just like, I would never, if the opportunity arose and someone said, would you like to be in S Club 2? I'd say no.
No, like, probably not.
Just chasing empty fame for no reason. Like, I don't understand. You have to be a very special kind of person to want to, or you have to be tricked into doing it or deluded into doing it, and a lot of that's obviously a lot of the case as well, because these people have people telling them how talented they are all day, every day.
Brilliant, you're the best.
So you're going to believe it. But
the S Club Juniors aren't. They haven't got a management team around them going, you're the best thing ever.
Well, they have a lot of fans.
Have done once. Have you ever met an S Club Juniors fan?
No. It's for people who make fun of them, I suppose. I feel like if you got Kim Kardashian, there's a video that we're going to watch later in the episode, or next week, or whatever.
Whoa.
Or tomorrow, or whatever. Whenever we release it. But a video of grandma smoking weed for the first time. And I feel like if you got Kim Kardashian
just really
smoking weed, I don't know if she does smoke weed. But
she definitely has at some point.
Yeah, but for a lot of people, any sort of
healthy in that circle.
Any sort of psychedelic drug, weed included, induces a little bit of self-consciousness, a little bit of introspection. I would like to see.
Good.
I would like to see what happens when Kim Kardashian gets introspective. Does she just have a meltdown? Does she just think, like, what am I doing? Like,
I imagine so. That happens to a lot of people, isn't it? I think that's a big thing with, like, especially musicians or like child stars or whatever it is. They get to a stage where they either become introspective of their own right, they get to an age, or they, have a bit too much booze and they start getting a bit, or they have drugs and they're like, oh shit, well, maybe I'm not as great as everyone's told me all my life and forever.
I mean, I think psychedelic drugs in particular, but then most people living that rock star lifestyle, if they do take any psychedelic drugs, they'll also balance out with like coke and all sorts of other trendy new research chemicals and drugs and shit like that. And so whatever the anxiety inducing effect of the psychedelics is going to be that could potentially benefit you in the long run is going to be reduced by the fact that you're on fucking speed as well. And they're probably on all sorts of medications their therapists give them as well.
Yeah.
Like, from the outside looking in, a lot of America looks mental, and that's because they're all off their face.
On prescription pills.
Yeah, on these crazy drugs that turn them into weird people.
One of the biggest addictions is prescription pills in America. It's huge.
Yeah. I'm not saying that nobody should take prescription pills, because some people need them, but a lot of people don't need them and take loads of them anyway.
Yeah, just for the sake of taking them.
And it's another way of foregoing the necessity of trauma. Again, it's another way of not wanting to mature and move on, or not wanting to stop, just wanting to move and move and move and move and move.
Constantly keep going.
Yeah.
Not really sure where you're going, just keep going.
Yeah, because if you stop and look around once in a while, as Ferris Bueller says, you might have a fucking panic attack. Then you won't be able to go and work on Monday.
Yeah.
And then what will you do?
Who played Ferris Bueller? What's his name?
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
And then, a few years later, he killed someone in Ireland.
Did he hit him with a car?
Yeah.
Like everybody does that.
I've done it.
Loads of
I don't even drive.
Salman Khan, not the guy we went to school with, the Bollywood actor. He did it.
Did he?
But I think he killed a couple. Like, it's India, full of poverty, apparently.
So a lot of people carpool.
But he was obviously incredibly rich.
Right.
And I think he was smashed, and he just like crashed it into like a group of homeless people.
Really?
But because they were homeless, nobody could sue or anything. So
because he was famous.
Yeah.
He was
so did Patrick Kluivert. He killed somebody in his car.
Don't know who that is.
Holland footballer, assistant manager.
Oh.
Lee Hughes, former West Bromwich Albion footballer, killed somebody in his car.
Really? I should get on at this.
Yeah. Get away with it, seemingly.
Yeah, it seems like it, if you're really rich and successful and famous.
Pistorius though, 10 months. So
really,
are you willing to risk it? Risk 10 months?
Well, I've got a lot of reading to catch up on, so yes.
I always think that about prison.
Yeah.
I'll just do all my reading.
I know that it'd actually be horrible.
Just catch up on telly.
The reality of it would catch up with me immediately. Like, this isn't just a vacation. I'm not just sitting here reading books and doing knitting and working on myself as a person.
Just get a new hour in. Just get my hour nailed down.
Right, a new hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.